Okay, how to get started in running. Now, if you've decided, and that's the main point of it, you have to decide and you have to make it happen. If you decided that you're gonna start running, or you've decided that you need to make a change in your life in order to insert some fitness, in order to get fit, in order to help with your body composition, to reduce fat, to build muscle, whatever it is that you're trying to aim, then initially just get started. The most important thing you could possibly do is get started, and don't delay it. Don't think next week or next month or starting. This is what we're going to start to see now. We're end of September. I'll tell you now that October, November, December is full of people. Starting January 2024, this is going to be me, and I'm going to do this, wasting 3.5 months. Get started today, or get started first thing tomorrow. Set your kit out tonight and get started. And it's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy, but you can put it into bite-sized chunks initially so that it's manageable for you. And that's the point. Whatever it is in your life, and bear in mind that running is, for me, the greatest metaphor for life. Like, what you put in, you get out. The tenacity, the perseverance, there's so many words that mean the same thing, but basically that relentless nature to keep at something and make it happen, to gradually get better, even though it doesn't come naturally, especially if it doesn't come naturally. The life skills that you get from that and that you could insert into your regular life are so much more valuable than actually getting fit. But as a byproduct, you get to get fit as well. You get to lose weight. You get a better body composition. You get to feel better about yourself. You get more energy, which you can insert in all aspects of your life. There's so many benefits to running that, you know, it's easy to preach. It's easy to preach about running because it is so beneficial. Community, in terms of, like, you know, you'll start and all of a sudden you'll think, right, okay, what's the next stage? I can run 30 minutes on my own, and therefore you want to join a running club. The people that you'll meet from that, guaranteed, if you're especially coming from somewhere where you may be early mid-20s and you want, or 30s, and you want to kind of, you've maybe got too obsessed with your career and you're sat there like 9 to 5 or 8 till 6 or 8 till 7, and you go home and you watch a Netflix series and you eat bad foods because it's something convenient, you don't want to cook, and all of a sudden you've put on some pounds. You drink at the weekend because you want to forget your job, or you want to take your kind of like mind off the work that you're doing. Chances are that you're not in great shape and you've got something to change, but it's very, very easy to change, especially if you're kind of if you're 20s to 30s to 40s, very, very easy to make a change. You just have to decide and then turn that initial motivation into habit. Once it becomes habit, once the kit is set out the night before, once you're doing it first thing in the morning before work, so that you can't think of any, or no excuses can land on your desk during the day that mean that you're not going to do what you said you're going to do, which is a run, which is a slow run or an easy run or whatever. You do that first thing in the morning. It's going to energize you. It's going to make you more productive at work. It's going to make you more creative at work. It's going to make you a better problem solver. It's going to make you a better colleague. It's going to make you better in your relationships, because you're easier to be around, because you've had that dose of serotonin, the dopamine hit from running. And once you start to see that, one second, let this car pass. Didn't know this was an open road. But once you start to see the benefits, how dare you? Once you start to see the benefits and you see the progression and the improvement, that positive feedback loop is strong. It's so strong. Once you start to see that, and initially that run might look like something like a 30-minute walk, but within it, you're going to try to run as slow as you possibly can for 1 minute, for 60 seconds. And then you're going to walk until you get your breath back, until you can feel your heart rate coming down. Then you're going to run again for a minute, and you're going to run as slow as you possibly can. So you can literally, everybody can run on the spot, yeah? You can literally do that, but lean forward a little bit. If you want to get ahead, think about this. Think about what your arms doing when you're running. Just bring them up to there and keep them straight. So use your shoulder or use your elbow as a hinge joint and use your shoulder back and forth. There's none of this. You're not twisting your torso. You're not kind of wasting any energy or putting any muscles to work in your core. You will have a strong core from it. And then what that will do is naturally your leg will follow suit. So your toe, ankle, knee and hip will be aligned too. And if those things are happening, if your legs and the arms are straight, the risk of injury is so much lower. And initially when you get into that, like I said, that might be a 30-minute walk with 10 times 1 minute. Absolutely nothing for you. Very, very easy for you to do. The progressions from that might be, okay, you're going to run for 1.5 minutes. Okay, you're going to run for 2 minutes. Okay, you're going to run for 3 minutes. Really, really simple progressions. And then what you'll start to see is that you can run for longer, which is great, but you're also going to see that you don't need to rest for as long because your heart rate is going to come down quicker anyway, which means that you're getting fitter. That's a really good indication of fitness. How quickly after you've ran does your heart rate come down? That's a really good indicator of how fit you're getting. So eventually, you're starting from scratch, and you've had like 5 years, 10 years where you've not really done anything. As I said before, you've got into a job, you're office bound, you're career motivated, and all that's going great. You just want to tick the fitness box in your life. Then you're going to see that progression, especially if there's transferable skills. If you've been good at something in the workplace, the chances are once you put that kind of like determination into something like running, and you just accept that you're not going to be great at the beginning, once you get to a point very, very quickly, 4, 5, 6 weeks where you can run 5k without problem, non-stop, you're in a great place, because you had nothing 6 weeks ago and now you can run 5k without stopping. And it could be that quick. Like, I'd give yourself 6 to 10 weeks in order to build up to 5k. But once you're at that point, don't think about marathons, don't think about ultra marathons or check boxes to do mad things in mad countries. Right now, just insert running into your daily routine so that you're waking up, your kit's already ready, hydrating, you're just at my step goal for the day. You're hydrating, get a cup of coffee, go out there. A cup of black coffee will help you burn fat, help get rid of. Then you'll see you can start to run for longer and longer and longer, and your body composition is getting better. So you're burning less fat, so you're burning more fat just by being out there and elevating your heart rate a little bit. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy progression to begin with, but it's so powerful once you get yourself inside that positive feedback loop. So you're getting faster, you can run for further, and you start to see your fat. Maybe you start to see your abs, maybe you start to see the muscle definition, maybe you start to see your quad muscles, maybe you start to see your calves. That positive feedback loop is really, really nice place to be. And once it's there, and you realize that actually that wasn't that big of a deal to be able to run 3-4 times a week, and that's all it takes initially, it's something that you won't want to turn your back on ever again, because you'll realize just how quickly it will turn into something nice. 4 times a week, 3 times a week with 30-40 minutes. Don't need to do more than that, and you're a runner. It's a great place to be.